Okay. Report speech, sentences, and questions. Here, it's an interview. Then complete the that's the interview, okay? And here, below the interview, we have the journalist's report. You know, so she's a journalist. She interviewed Mike, and then she had to report the interview. Here we have some verbs in bold, bold. And then we have to use the same verbs in the reported speech. So first, let's read the interview. Okay, I'm gonna be the journalist and you are Mike. So let's go. Firstly, Mike, thank you very much for agreeing to this interview. I know you're a businessman. You have the leading role in the latest Catherine Bigelow film. What's it like working with her?
You can't begin to imagine what a fantastic experience it is. In fact, it has been an honor to work with her. However, I have to say that it wasn't easy at first because filming started at 7 a.m. every day for the first 3 weeks. I'm not a person who likes early starts.
Yes, I had heard that. What did you enjoy most about working with her?
I love it, the way that she could get out the actors, including me, do exactly what she wanted us to do.
Are you going to be in any more of her films in the near future?
It depends on Catherine, but I hope I will be. I am really sorry, but we must stop the interview now as I have a photo shoot at Vogue magazine.
Mm-hmm. Must stop. I think here we can link the sound. We must stop. I think we link ST and ST. But okay. Must stop. I guess so, yeah. But we must stop. We must stop now. Yes. Because it's ST and ST, exactly the same sound. So you make just one. Must stop.
I never heard before like that.
They together?
If you, like that, no. If you say
must and stop together?
Yeah.
Or the linking sound?
The linking sound with must plus stop.
Never heard before.
No, but I never heard
before.
Much more. Okay.
No, but not even must stop. You're not saying that you heard must stop. You're saying that you never heard.
Never heard the linking sound with between these
two words.
2 words.
Yeah, no, but I was thinking that but we must stop because it's so fast. No, look, listen, must because it's okay. Must stop.
Okay. Like must stop.
Because there is an I in E sound here. It's not must E stop like in Portuguese. Must E stop, not E stop. So must stop. Must stop. So if you speak it fast, listen to me first. Must stop, must stop, must stop, must stop, must stop. It becomes one sound. Very good. Now her report here, using the same verbs. The first is the example. You can't begin to imagine what a fantastic experience it is. Mike told me that I can't become couldn't. One tense in the past.
That's by the past.
Mike told me that I couldn't begin to imagine what a fantastic experience working with Catherine Bigelow, or Big, I don't know exactly how to pronounce. Verb to be is. So
Was.
I have to put it in the past. But was very good.
Was.
So I'll give you like 3 minutes to, or 5 minutes to finish. Take notes. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 are done. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Maybe.
Let's see.
Okay.
What you have.
Okay, but please again. Okay, Mike told me that I couldn't begin to imagining what a fantastic experience working with Catherine Bigelow was. He also said that working with her was an honor.
Working with her. So has been, one verb before, has been present perfect. Before, what's the past of has?
Had been.
So had been.
Had been. Oh,
he also said.
Had been an honor.
Tinha sido. Yeah. He also said that work with her had been an honor. Sometimes in Portuguese, as I said yesterday, when we talk about when you think in Portuguese, sometimes we don't change this way, but in English we usually do, especially when it happened some time ago. So has been, had been
an honor. However, it
wasn't. So wasn't past simple, the same thing. He said não foi fácil. A reported speech, ele disse que não tinha sido fácil.
Was not. No, I had.
It doesn't exist. Hold on. So has been in the past.
Had been.
In the negative.
Haven't been.
We are doing like step by step. Has been, present. Past.
Had been.
Negative of had been.
Hadn't been. Oh no,
hadn't been. You can't go back to present. So past. I just did that to help you to get the past of has been. So has been.
Okay.
Past had been. The negative of had been, you change the had. Had been. In the negative. Hadn't been.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I think you understood. So past simple and present perfect become past perfect. All right.
Past perfect.
So let's remember, and then you do it. So pay attention to me. Let's do something together. So can't, couldn't, is, was, has been, had been, wasn't, hadn't been, because it's the verb to be. It started, past simple. Again, so past simple, past perfect. Had started.
Yeah.
Past perfect. Had plus participle of a verb. Question, did you enjoy? Past simple. Past simple becomes.
Did you enjoy?
Again, past simple always past perfect. Past perfect.
Had
you.
Had you.
Não pode misturar did com have. Quando dá uma coisa é uma, quando outra coisa é outra. Had you. The verb is enjoy. So.
Had you enjoyed
Had you enjoyed?
Enjoyed. Yeah, had you enjoyed?
Again, loved. Past
Had
simple. Had
loved.
loved. Going to be. Are you going to be
present
in
perfect.
any more of her
Present
films?
Present continuous.
Yeah, but it's are must be highlighted. Everything here. Okay, are you going to be?
Going
Let
to
me
be
see. Number 9. I asked Mike if he
had went. No.
So,
No.
are you
Going to be.
going to be? It's about future. So reported speech. How do we report future in the reported speech? With would.
Would. Yeah.
Would be.
Would.
So
Would be.
going to or will, we use would to report the speech. It depends. Okay, so just pay attention, okay? Because then I want you to try to do. Pay attention first, let's understand how it works, and then you write down. After I finish the explain. Depends is simple present or present simple. Present simple, one tense before, past simple.
Past simple.
Past of depend.
Dependent.
Dependent. Again, will be becomes would be. Will becomes will. Must is only about the present. So every time in the past, had to. Remember, must means have to. Must is the same as have to. I must go. I have to go. But in the past, I can't say I must go, meaning in the past. No. If I'm talking about the past, I have to say I had to go. Okay? I say, we must stop. We had to stop. Must is only present with this meaning. Yes or no?
Yes. My internet's down some seconds. Literally. Please.
Did you get the explanation? Do you have any questions?
About the last sentence, about the last, please. Had to.
Must is about necessity, some needs, but you can only use must in the present. Like I must go, the same as I have to go. Meanings in the present.
Okay.
And the past, I can't say I must go in the past. It means it's only present. So if I had to say in the past, I say I had to go.
Okay.
All right, so I'll clear this and I'll try to do from 5 to 5, 6, 7, 8. From 5 to 8. And then we stop and check and so on.
Okay. 5, no?
Writing down, okay? Write down, think a little bit, take notes, and then you will check.
Yeah.
Could. I loved the way that she could get all the actors. The verb can is only, we can only use the verb can in the present and in the past. Let's revise this. Can, could, right? Can present simple, could past simple. Future. So today, I can swim, okay? I can swim. Future. Então, eu sei nadar. Eu posso nadar. Eu vou saber nadar. Eu vou poder nadar. Não posso usar o can. Eu tenho que usar o be able to. Então, todos os can, presente, could, passado, para todos os outros tempos verbais, be able to, para ter o mesmo significado.
I will be able to.
I will be able
To
swim.
To swim.
Present perfect. I have been able to swim since I was very little. Present perfect. Past perfect.
I had been able to swim since I was very little.
No. Another sentence. Huh? I had been able to swim. So we can't, this is just the example to justify a present perfect sentence, but in the past perfect, it doesn't make sense. So that's the thing. Let me get back to the answers here, because I forgot to check the others, so to record the other. Mike told me that I couldn't begin just because I'm recording now. Experience working with below was, okay. He also said that working with her had been an honor. However, it hadn't been, this all is extra, hadn't been easy because filming had started every day at 7 a.m. for the first 3 weeks. It's correct, Fábio. It's correct anyway, okay? It was me, my mind. Filming had started every day at 7 a.m. for the first 3 days. Oh, 3 weeks, okay. So when I asked him did you enjoy? Past perfect. Had enjoyed most about work. He told me that he loved, past perfect,
had
loved. The way that she, so could. I have to use the past perfect. Could, past simple, reported speech, past perfect. Not only been, had been.
To.
Able to.
To get.
Remember?
Had been able to get.
The verb is to be able to. She had been able to get.
To get. Had been able to get.
To get the actors to do what she wanted. Very good. Now, up to the end. The 9, 10, 11, and 12. Write down, take notes. So, let's go. Oh my God. Let's check the end of the reported speech of this journalist report. Fábio, please. Thank you.
Excuse me. 9.
Finally, I asked Mike if
he would be in any more of her films in the future. He said,
okay, would be works better than he was going to be. Why? Why? Remember, we were talking about I was going to do, it's more common when we say eu ia fazer algo e não fiz. Para não confundir, eu coloquei o will como would, qualquer futuro como would, só para não confundir com esse outro tipo de was going to be, tá?
Okay.
Então, and asked Mike if he was going to be in any more of her films. Se ele ia estar, tudo bem. Quase deu no mesmo, mas pra gente que tá aprendendo as duas coisas ao mesmo tempo, deixa uma coisa lá, uma coisa cá. Então,
Okay.
he would be in any more of her films in the future.
He said that it depended.
Então, vamos lá. He said that it
depended on Catherine, but he hoped he would be when
Good.
they finished the interview, because Mike said that he had to go to the Photoshop at Vogue magazine.
Photo shoot. Photoshop não, photo shoot. Não é when. We then finished the interview because Mike said that he had an okay, very good. All right. So before we finish, let's
that's kind of the speech is more common in papers, scientific papers or scientific works.
Anything that demands a report.
Yeah, technical descriptions.
Not necessarily technical things.
No, okay,
it's report. It's common because they are reports.
Yeah.
So that's why the name of it is reported speech.
Yeah.
So let's read. Okay, I will read with the words missing. Then you have to try to remember. So Mike told me that I couldn't begin to imagine what a fantastic experience working with Catherine Bigelow was. He also said that working with her had been an honor. However, it hadn't all been easy at first because filming had started every day at 7 a.m. for the first 3 weeks. When I asked him what he had enjoyed most about working with Catherine Bigelow, he told me that he had loved the way that she had been able to get the actors to do what she wanted. Finally, I asked Mike if he was going to be or if he would be in any more of her films in the future. He said that it depended on Catherine, but hoped he would be. We then finished the interview because Mike said that he had to go to a photo shoot at Vogue magazine. Your turn to read. Go ahead. I will leave the... Go ahead.
Okay. Mike told me that I couldn't begin to imagine what a fantastic experience working with Catherine Bigelow was. He also said that working with her had been an honor. However, I hadn't now been easy at first because filming had started every day at 7 a.m. for the first 3 weeks. When I asked him what he had enjoyed most about working with Catherine Bigelow, he told me that he had loved the way that she had been able to get the actors to do what she wanted. Finally, I asked Mike if he was going to be in any more of her films in the future. He said it depended on Catherine, but he hoped he would be when they finished the interview because Mike said that he had to go to a photo shot at Vogue magazine. Photo shoot at Vogue magazine.
And finally, let's check her name.
Catherine Bigelow.
Catherine Bigelow. Okay, not Bigelow. I was Bigelow. No. Catherine Bigelow.
Catherine Bigelow.
Bigelow. Now we know. Okay. Before. All right. That's it. Bigelow. 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 Usually G has this sound of G in English. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.